This is the slide swing characteristic. Now to identify a slide, simply get into your setup position. What we want to see is you draw a line from your ankle joint straight up vertical. So that line will go straight up vertical and you'll notice a gap between you and that line. Now on the backswing, that gap is going to get even greater. But on the downswing, what I want you to do is I want you to close that gap. You should turn out of the way and get in this kind of delivery position. However, if any of your body moves on this side of the line during your downswing, that is considered a slide. So again, you draw a line from your ankle joint straight vertical. If any of your body appears on this side of the line, that's considered to be a slide.
So here's the slide. Now, one of the things with every one of these swing characteristics you need to determine first is this a physical problem or is it a technical problem? Let me show you a quick little screen that you can do on your body to see if maybe your body is creating the slide. This is called the cigarette butt test. Now, this is a really simplified version that you can do at home to check your hips. Hip mobility is so important to not slide. You need to be able to post into your hip, rotate around your hip to be able to not buckle or go across that line. Now, cigarette butt. You've seen people throw a cigarette butt down the ground, turn their foot in, and put the cigarette out. This is kind of why this is called the cigarette butt test. I want you to take your lead leg. Okay, that's your slide leg. Lead leg, put your weight on your heel. All I want you to do is I want you to turn your foot in and see how far you can turn your toe in. Okay? You should be able to turn it at least 40 degrees. You can actually get a little measurement there if you want, but I like to just compare between left and right. Keeping your pelvis square, don't turn your hips. That's cheating, okay? Pelvis stays square. You're going to turn your left foot in as far as you can. That's really important because that's what happens to your hip in the downswing. You can compare. If all of a sudden you notice, let's say the left foot only goes this far, but your right foot goes way farther, then you know you've got a problem. So compare from left to right. It should be at least 40 degrees on that left hip. If it doesn't, then potentially your hip is creating the problem.
Here's a great body prep to get you lower body stability as well as upper body mobility. To perform it, we're going to get in what we call the split stance lunge. Do not allow your back knee to go all the way to the ground. We're just in this split stance right here. The lower body then becomes locked and stable. From here, we're going to take a golf club, extend it out front with both arms, and try to perform a backswing. If you're a right-handed golfer with the right knee forward, this is your backswing position. We can then switch it with left knee forward, same posture, and here's your downswing or follow through. What we're trying to get out of this is lower body very quiet while the upper body rotates around it.
This is called open clamshells. This is a great exercise to work on internal and external rotation in your hips and your glutes. What you're going to do is you're going to get in your side lying position with your right hip on top of your left hip. From here, I want you to open up your top leg, bring the one knee on top of the other knee, about maybe 1 to 2 fists width above the bottom knee. Now, maintaining this distance, I want you to take your top leg, bring the foot down to touch the other foot, and then raise it up, back and forth. It's kind of like a clamshell opening up. You're going to do that for the prescribed reps and sets. Flip around, get the other side. Make sure the pelvis does not drift backwards during the exercise. Keep those on top of each other, and that is open clamshells. This is called open clamshells, hip extended. Go ahead and get in the side lying position. This is a great exercise to work on hip rotation and your glutes. First thing you're going to do is you're going to lift the top leg off the bottom leg. Second thing you're going to do is you're going to extend the top hip. So this is going to try and be a straight line. I want my right hip on top of my left hip. Don't fan your hip back. Keep your hips on top of each other. This leg's up. And now from here, you're going to do a clamshell, which is I'm going to bring my foot down and up. Keep the hip extended. I'm going to do that for the prescribed reps and sets. Then I'm going to flip over and get my left leg. That's called open clamshells, hip extended. Try it out. This is half kneeling, narrow base, med ball bounce pass. So Jason's in a half kneeling position. I like both knees at 90 degrees, but we're going to draw a line. If there's a line in front of his knee, his foot's on that same line. So it's a very narrow base for support. It's going to really force him to stabilize. And during this exercise, He needs to try and stay upright and stabilized as much as possible. I'm going to bounce him the ball using a medicine ball that's got a little bit of bounce to it, and he's going to try and stay stable and try and bounce it over my head. Really challenges your stability here. And rock back and forth. Get a little rhythm going with a partner. Really gets a great little burn. And I'm going to start walking a little bit farther behind him, forces him to rotate. Really learn how to stabilize in that lead hip. Make sure you get both directions.
This is called the lead leg drill. This is a great drill to help those of you that slide. If you're a slider, then your lower body moves excessively towards the target on the downswing. So what we want to do is stabilize into this lead leg. To do that, all you're going to do is stand on your lead leg. Stand on your lead leg, raise your trail leg, and just put your weight on your toe. So now majority of your weight's on your lead leg. What I want you to do is make some smooth, controlled swings, really feeling like you turn your front pocket where your back pocket is. So you're going to learn to turn and post up into this hip. If you're one of those players that sways, you might even fall over when you try this. It's a great balance exercise. It's a great drill to help you stop your slide.
If you're sliding, in other words, you're not posting up properly, you're not using the ground on your front side, I'd like you to feel what it feels like to hit from a firm front side. One of the easiest ways to do that is to get rid of your backside. Just have you hit off your lead leg. I really want you to pay attention to what that feels like.
Well, I do feel like I straighten my leg because I've always struggled to straighten my left
Yep.
leg.
Yeah.
It's different. I can see it in the video.
It's kind of hard to slide. It's kind of hard to slide doing this. Now here's what you're gonna do. Now that looked pretty good. Everything's looking there. Now what I do is I start to creep this back a little bit over here.
Okay.
But same feeling. And then you'll progress to here, same feeling. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's gonna be all that's gonna be gone. Now let's go normal stance, right foot turned out. Same feeling on the left leg through impact. I'd just like to give you a feeling what it feels like, what impact should feel like. Those would be the drills that I would do swing-wise.